Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Ants Armstrong back again with a jam-packed video today. We have our first look at Future Stars cards in MLB The Show 20, as two have been released today. One part of the new The Future is Bright event, and one in your set 12 headliner, as well as a new player program. So we'll take a moment, we'll dive, and we'll look at all the new things out in MLB The Show today. So the first thing, as with Tuesdays usually go, we have a new player program. It'll be Joge Posada is your player program this week. The missions are pretty standard. You have your moments with them, and then you can go on and defeat the Yankees on All-Star Hire, do an exchange. However you want to do it, you can pick up your Posada, and you pick up your 3 non-sellable Yankees packs again. If you haven't completed the Yankees yet, get some cards to go forth and complete them, or some cards you can throw in for other exchanges, team affinities. New ones coming out on Friday. Maybe save some of those for the team affinity exchanges. And the Posada card, he's a switch hitter. It doesn't have great defense or a great arm, but decent hitting numbers, decent contacts against lefties, decent power against righties. He's not going to be an insane card, especially with the 48 vision. Won't make my lineup, but again, we're gonna take all the free cards we can get. Not to mention that you get another breakout card. So if you haven't completed your collection there in the flashbacks and legends section of the collections, you get another breakout card to throw into that area right there to pick up some more stubs and packs. Now moving over to your set 12 headliner, we have Nick Madrigral. He already has the prospect card in the game, so a little weird for me for him to get another card here, but as a headliner, it doesn't really bother me. This will be a 20-30k card. I can easily ignore it. Plus, he's not an insane card. He does have great contact versus righties and the 99 contact versus lefties. He's gonna hit the ball pretty well, and his 114 vision on higher difficulties, you know, that can be very usable. I think there's a lot of potential there. Personally, for me, I do like guys who can hit home runs. He's lacking the power, doesn't have a lot of pop, not gonna hit a lot of dingers. But if you're more of a base hit guy, a high vision guy, you know, if you're a big fan of the Tony Gwynn's and Ichiro guys like last year, he's gonna fit in that mold pretty well. And at minimum, I may throw him on to be a defensive replacement, pinch runner type of scenario with that 98 speed and 92 stealing. He's going to be swiping some bags. He's not a bad card overall, especially his price may settle down at around 30k. Not a bad pickup there in the slightest. Now, the fun part of this video, we are looking at the new event out in MLB The Show today. As we can see, this run is only going to run for 9 days until the 30th. The Future is Bright 1, and then we'll transition over into the Future is Bright 2. One thing to note, though, the cumulative rewards, these rewards that we'll look at for a second, are going to be the same for both events. So whenever we go in here and we look at this, don't think you have to get all the wins between now and the 30th. You have until the 7th to pick up these rewards. One thing I do want to note, let's look at the event info here. We're looking at, these are the cards you can use, prospect series cards. So all your diamond prospect cards and your gold prospect cards you get from Team Affinity. If you haven't gotten some of those, you may want to pick a couple of those up. Future Stars cards. If you get that Nick Madrigral from the headliner pack, you can throw him in your squad, as well as when Team Affinity Stage 2 drops on Friday. If you grind out some of those cards as well, you'll have a week or so to use them in this first event, and they'll most likely be usable in the second event as well. So I'd grind out some of those Future Star cards from Team Affinity Stage 2 come Friday, and you can add them into your event squad as well. Not to mention, you can also do Face of the Franchise cards. So if you don't have many prospects, don't have any Future Stars, obviously, because there aren't any of them, you can get you your Face of the Franchise cards, and you'll be easy and good to go there. At minimum, if you have a couple Face of the Franchise cards, you have a couple Go prospects to go with them, you should be able to put together a decent team from that point. Your maximal overall is 95. Your difficulty is going to be on All-Star, and it will be 6-inning games. So these will take a little bit longer, but at the same time, if you're grinding out online missions, your dailies, whatnot have you there, this will give you more opportunities to do that. One thing, though, to note, which in my opinion is a great move, the minimum player overall of 62. Now, you may be thinking, what's the significance of that? That's still common. What that excludes is our one true love, our favorite player in MLB The Show, my boy Ryan Fearbend. He's a knuckleballer. If you haven't gone against him yet, consider yourself lucky, but he is 49 overall, so he will not be eligible for this event. You will not have to go against the knuckleballer here, because we know with common relievers, you were going to have to go against him a ton. But that does mean that you will basically only have common relievers. Now, there is a singular gold prospect reliever. He's at the 25-star mark of the Giants team affinity. So if you haven't, go on, get you 25 stars in the Giants team affinity, and at least get you the one gold reliever you can pick up there. Other than that, you're going to be seeing a lot of starters out of the bullpen. So I'm going to be targeting high stamina guys so I can roll with them out of the bullpen. But, you know, at the end of the day, if I have to roll with some commons, I'm going to be looking for some commons that have high velo, decent control, and potentially a sinker as well, because those pitchers are pretty glitched. And if we're going to use commons, I'll take what I can get if we're using commons. That all being said, though, this event is going to be very offensive heavy, with faces of the franchise being allowed. A lot of good power hitters there, as well as the prospect series. And I'm certain that there's going to be some dudes who hit absolute dongs from the future stars going up against common relievers. There are going to be a ton of runs scored. You're going to be boosting those averages and offensive stats up during this event as well. But I'm personally excited for it. It's a bit of a different take on it. I'm all aboard with getting some different looks through events. And if this one means that we're going against common relievers and hit a bunch of home runs, hey, I'm here for it. It's a good time. That's kind of what events are for me. Something to try out a little bit different. I'm not necessarily as worried if I win or lose, but I'm just there to get a different play style, a different experience, and just have some fun time playing online. Now, just like last event, we do have your single run rewards as well. 3 wins, you get your bronze. 6 wins, you get your silver. 9 wins, you get your gold. And 12 wins, you get the diamond, capped at 89 overall. So you can't get a crazy diamond, but if you're able to knock out 12 wins, you will still get you a diamond. And not to mention that you do not have to go 12-0 to get that diamond. If you go 12-1, you will still get that 85 to 89 overall diamond. So now let's take a look at some of the cumulative rewards for this event. And there are some really good ones in here. Obviously, right out the gate, we're talking a show pack, silver player pack, and 3 more show packs. Not to mention, let's not overlook that XP, the stubs. All that stuff starts to add up. You get up to 20 wins. We're talking a gold player pack, 1,000 subs, and 3,000 XP. We're talking a 1 in 30 chance at a diamond player plus 1,000 subs, 3,000 XP. That's 30% of your way to a next level. You're going to be moving along. Grind out your events, especially if you're no money spent. Grind out your events. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it helps. It helps. You get a lot of good stuff. Now, let's take a look at the first card here. We have Logan Gilbert is the first player reward here at 25 wins in the event. Now, looking at Gilbert, he doesn't have that bad of a pitch repertoire. The 95 fastball to go with the 81 changeup and the 80 curveball is not too bad. His per nines aren't anything to write home about. Doesn't have a lot of control. At the end of the day, I'll be selling this card, but especially if you're a Mariners fan and hey, maybe you're high on Logan Gilbert, he's a fun card to throw in there, throw in your lineup. Maybe you can even use them for this event if you don't have many prospects or face of the franchise starting pitchers. As we keep going on here, at 30 wins, you get a set 3 prospect pack. So again, we're looking at a minimum of 5K if you get one of these Brendan Rodgers or Sixto guys down, and they're even jumping up now to 9, 10K. So grind out your event rewards. You're going to get good cards from it. Brandon McKay, Kalinick, Casey Mize, these sell for a lot as well. If you get lucky and get one of the rare rounds, you're talking stubs. At 35 wins, you get 5 packs. Again, you never know. Trout could be in one of those packs. And then at 40 wins, we get to our first really nice player card here. We have the Gavin Lux prospect card. Now I'm not sure if Gavin Lux is going to get a Future Stars card as well. I know I personally predicted him to be the Future Stars of the Dodger, but if they give him a 90 prospect card, it would be strange to go ahead and give him a 93 overall Future Stars card. They may save him for down the line, and we may get higher overall Future Stars cards as the game goes on of some of the more current players, Acuna, Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, guys like that could have high 90 Future Stars cards later on in the game's life cycle. But let's take a look at what Gavin Lux is working with ratings wise. So as you can see with Lux, he does have that gold defense, and the 75 speed is not too bad at all. And in terms of hitting, he's pretty even across the board, he's a pretty balanced hitter. That 70 vision is going to be good enough for higher levels. The 99 contact versus righties and 88 power is going to make him really usable against righties. I think he's going to do a lot of good there, and he's going to be no slouch against lefties as well. He's not going to be an absolute tearing the threads off the ball, but I think he's not a bad card at all. You can throw him at second base. He's a good lefty hitter, plays decent defense. I think this card, if you can't get him in the event, probably be going for that 20 to 25K range. And he wouldn't be a bad pickup if you're needing the second baseman. There's several good second basemen out there, but they are somewhat hard to get. So Lux could be a good stopgap there as you work your way to maybe a Sandberg or a Biggio or somebody like that. If you're needing a second baseman, I think this Lux is a mighty fine card, and I'm pretty excited to get my hands on it and give it a chance. I'll probably end up eventually selling it as well. You know, as a no money spent player, the subs you can get from selling these cards, that's all going to add up and help you do more down the line. Now, as we continue moving on, we get to the set 12 headliner and 1,000 subs. Set 12 headliner is the one that features that Nick Madrigral that we just looked at earlier, so you could potentially pick him up. And then at 50 wins comes the main reward for this event. Let's take a look at the other rewards after 50, and then we'll come back and we'll look at Alec Bohm. So at 55, we have the headliners packs. At 60, you're going to get your another 5 packs and 3,000 XP. At 65 wins, you're picking up 3,000 XP. And then at 75, another 10 pack, plus your silver or better player pack. So again, it's worth it to go grind those out. Not only are you going to be getting subs and XP from the games that you play, you're going to be picking up these other wins as well. Not to mention, you can get some streak wins, pick up some gold and diamonds that way. Now, let's take a look at your 50 win reward, the best reward in this event. It's your Alec Bohm. Let's take a look at him now. So when you look at him, he may be one of the most well-rounded players we have in the game so far. He's gonna have gold defense. He has the 94 arm, so if you throw him at third, he's gonna be great. Gonna be great at third. Decent speed. He's got the vision. He's got power versus righties and lefties. He's gonna crush righties, no doubt. 104 contact, 92 power. But even against lefties, the 91 84 to go along with the 91 vision, this dude is gonna absolutely rake. He's gonna be selling for a pretty penny if you can get to 50 wins in the events. And if you don't want to sell him, you may be able to add him to your squad. And I think he's going to hold down third or first base for a decent amount of time. This dude is going to rake. If he has a nice swing, he's going to rake. He's going to be a really good card. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it and getting to use it. So that does it for our video here today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. What are you looking forward to from the content today? Are you going to be keeping maybe the Lux, maybe you're going after the Madrigral or the Alec Bohm? What are you thinking about it, and what are your overall thoughts on the future stars cards? We've got our first 2 today. Some are being revealed through social media channels, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, things like that over the rest of the week as we lead up to Friday's drop of Team Affinity Stage 2 with 31 future star for every team there. As always, I appreciate all of you taking the time to watch the video and support the channel. It has been insane, and we have a lot of fun stuff coming down the pipeline. We're just getting started here on the channel. We're just really finding our groove and starting to grow, but it's been incredible, and I appreciate each and every one of you watching. But until next time, I'll see y'all later.